It is hard. Well, I don't know if your like parents have rules on what you can watch. It's on Netflix. No, I can't remember what it's on, but it is one of the best shows I've ever watched. But it can be kind of gory. So we've been stuck on that, and I've been watching Downton Abbey, which is this British TV show. And I know that's very old woman of me, but it's a great show. Any shows you guys have been watching?
Ooh,
No.
my family and I have been watching The Umbrella Academy.
Oh yeah, that's supposed to
Oh.
be really good.
Yeah, it's really we have to like coordinate a time when we're all here in the house because everyone has jobs and stuff. But it's
Yeah.
really funny because some people will like try to like watch it by themselves, but then we catch them, so we're like, can't do that.
I know. My husband's been doing that with Yellowstone where he's like, okay, we got to sit down and watch Yellowstone because I'm caught up to where you are, or vice versa. And we don't want to watch it without each other. Yeah, I totally get that. That and the Boys, that's supposed to be a Netflix show about like superheroes, but they're like bad because they're sellouts essentially. They get paid by big corporation. Anyway, I'm not going to get into it. Um, well, it's good to see you all. I don't think everyone is here necessarily. I hope that everyone can get in because I do have that Zoom meeting link on our, oh, let me pull up the email. I'm pulling up my email because sometimes people email me when they can't get in. Yep, it looks like everyone was able to. Yeah, so on Canvas, just so you know, I will always have the same Zoom link for our class. So when you go to the Canvas page and then click on the calendar, it should have the link and everything that we're doing. We're gonna have to treat this class kind of like a little bit different than how we've been treating it in the past for those of you who were in DAM Mag. I know Peter and Josh, you weren't in DAM Mag. I'm actually teaching 2 classes during this period. I'm teaching Graphic Design 2, which Peter and Josh are in, and then the rest of you are in Publications, which is DAM Mag. So we are gonna have to do things a little bit different. Which is totally fine because usually magazines work this way where you don't all get together. But I know that not all of us have like a MacBook or connections to getting the software on your computers. The Chromebooks can't handle it. So I've found some other ways around it. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen with you really quick just to kind of go over my talking points because I've realized that on Zoom, I kind of like forget what I'm supposed to be saying because this is totally different than in person. In person, it's much easier for me to stay on track. So I'm going to share my screen really quick. All right. So DAM Mag updates, nuts and bolts. I wanted to talk about with you. So there we go. So nuts and bolts. For Canvas, I will have everything on the calendar. I will have the Zoom links. I'm gonna have to treat this like a normal class where there are lessons and activities and assignments for us because we can't work collaboratively in person. I'm just going to treat it a little bit differently just until we can get systems in place because things are changing daily. So what it's gonna look like on your calendar and this is different on mine than yours, but you're going to go to publications and it will have everything that we're doing and like the agenda. So if I give you all different assignments to do, like maybe Diane, I have you making the front cover or something, then we'll have a Zoom meeting where I check in with you all and we can share out what we've accomplished because we actually only have 3 learning targets for this class because we can't meet in person. So the district cut it down to the learning targets so we can actually complete, which are essentially demonstrating that you can complete a project, being efficient with your time and working daily towards completing a project. I think those are the three. I'm probably butchering it. I'm trying to remember it off the top of my head. But essentially that's how the class is going to work is, each one of us are going to be working on something. I will help you figure it out, and I'll talk a little bit about design, go over the fundamentals again, and then we'll just do daily check-ins unless I have something that I need to teach you. So it'll be similar to last year. It'll be a little bit different, but I would check the calendar every day just to see what's going on there. The other thing is for today, most of you won't need to do this, review this document in tutorials. It just talks about how to use Canvas, how to organize your Google Drive, what apps you should have on your phone. You all probably already have Google Drive on your phone or Canvas on your phone. But I do want you to take the survey that I have linked here just so I know what you might need from me. I also want you to let me know if you don't have a computer of your own. So let me know if you have a Chromebook or if you have your own computer, because I might be able to pay for a subscription to software for you. I can't guarantee that, but I'm going to try and work on it so that we can still do our own design work. And then we'll do a fun little name tag activity where you're going to write a name tag or create a name tag by hand on a piece of paper and write some of your favorite things on it and upload it. That's going to count for your attendance today. So I do have to take attendance every day, and sometimes I'll just have you do a little activity for that. But it helps me keep track of everyone. So any questions on that? No? Okay. Let me go to our course. And I wanted to show you on the Canvas page. Each day, we're just going to do an attendance survey. You just say whether or not you're here or checked in, because sometimes you might have something that comes up at home and you can't get on right at that moment. But I want to know that you checked in to Canvas to see what we were doing. So make sure you just do that every day. And it's just like your name, your grade, what class you're checking in for. And it's really quick. The other thing that I have is, and I have this for each of my classes, the YouTube tutorials are just like how to use Canvas, how to use Google Drive, basic stuff. You probably don't even need that. If I make tutorials for us, I'll link them there, but I don't think we'll need that. This goes to the calendar. It's just another way to get to the calendar. These are our modules, which I also will have up here on the left-hand side. The link to our Zoom meeting every day will also be right here. And then I will update our syllabus. And once that's updated, I'll have it right there for you. So I'm trying to make this really clean and user-friendly, because I know that a lot of teachers, they don't know how to make things pretty and user-friendly. They weren't trained for that, but I'm trying to make it simple for us. So you can click on modules and it'll take us over here. I just have intro to distance learning. Whenever I go through assignments or units, I'll just have it there in modules, and it's super easy. I'll chunk it up for you guys, and you literally just do it in the order that it shows up. So first you would read the intro to distance learning directions, and then intro to class name tag assignment. And that's kind of how I'll have class set up with assignments and stuff like that. Any questions? Peter and Josh, it's going to be the same thing for you for graphic design too. Your course is right here. You are the only two in this course. But for you, make sure you do graphic design too. You go to modules, and then You actually, I need to delete that because I'm not having you guys do that. This was for my other courses, but same thing. You guys will just do it right there. Since I have Peter and Josh in graphic design too, there's going to be days where I will quickly go through stuff for publications, and then I'll say, okay, publications, you guys can get off of Zoom, and then I'm going to work with Peter and Josh to make sure that you guys get your curriculum for this. But I think it is really good that you are in publications, that we're all doing it at the same time, because there might be instances, Peter and Josh, where I have you do an assignment and we put it into the magazine. So it's good that we're all together. All right, let me go back to my presentation. There's so many icons here that okay, that is a lesson that I'm working on. That is a lesson, there we go. I have way too many tabs open. Okay, so things I hate, change. I don't like change, but because of what the state of the world is, we have to change the way that we do things. So Dan Mag is going to be 100% online, which, you know, makes our lives easier, because putting the magazine together and setting it up for print is always a nightmare. And it takes like 2 to 3 weeks to get it completely set up. So this will be a little bit easier for us. And we could probably do unlimited pages, which is fantastic for some of you that, you know, like Cassidy, you might want to put your I think it was 7-page story. Yeah. And so we can make it as large as we want it. However, not all of us will have access to the software. So that brings me to point 2. There's this thing, I don't know if you've heard of it, but it's called Remote Desktop Connection. And it allows you to go in through your computer or your Chromebook and work remotely on a machine at school. Has anyone heard of this? No? Okay, so it's kind of a weird concept. So I'm sitting at home and I log in to this page on the school district website, and it takes me to a screen, and that is the screen of a computer at school. And I basically get to use all of the software that's on that computer. Everything that is there, I can access from my computer. And that's why it's called Remote Desktop Connection. It's because it allows you to connect via your desktop to someone else's. And it's super weird, but just think of it as like you're on your computer and all of a sudden you see what you would see on a screen at school. That's how it works. So I'm currently working with the district IT. I've emailed them multiple times over the past few weeks asking when this would be available, or if legally we can make it available to students, because I guess there's some like security issues being able to log into a computer at school from where you're sitting. They're worried about security, which I get. So we're going to work on that. I'm going to see if we can actually do that. And if we can, then that means all of you will be able to work from whatever computer you're on Illustrator, InDesign, all of the stuff that we normally use, you should be able to access through your computer. But I'll let you know as soon as I know. So any questions about that?
I know last year we let students check out iPads.
Yeah.
With the iPad Pros, do you think we can make that happen this year too, or?
I don't have an answer yet. I would say most likely yes. However, there were people that were in my class, not this class, but another class, and they did not bring back the iPad Pros. So I had to charge their accounts $500, which, you know, is interesting. So I'm going to say yes, but I need to go back through my inventory and see if anyone has dropped them off at school, because you can't graduate if you have those fees on your student account. But yes, Diane, most likely you'll be able to. We'll probably have some kind of a pickup. Yeah, Yeah, but we don't have all of our iPencils back. I might just have to pay for those out of my budget. So we'll see. I'll get back to you on that. I'll make a note of it actually. iPad Pro checkout. Okay. Any other question?
Oh yeah, real quick. So I know we have like a ton of like really good artists and writers and like designers here, but I was wondering how are we gonna like get people to like submit stuff for the magazine now?
So I was thinking about that, and since we're not able to communicate with people in person and post posters and all that stuff, um, two things that we can do, we can make a social media posts and ask Miss Robinson if she's able to load it for us and have people submit that way. You can also ask your teachers to maybe post it on their announcements like, hey, remember DAMAG, even though we're not in person, we're still accepting submissions. And I think those two options would be our best bet. And if we don't get any submissions, then, you know, we will create our own. You all are great artists and designers. And then I will reach out to Miss Lux and Hawthorne and see if any of their students have work that they've created that could fit within the magazine. But I think you never know, it might turn out being easier this way since everyone has to turn in their work digitally to Miss Hawthorne and Miss Lux. It might end up being super easy to get content from people, but we're just gonna have to try everything that we can think of.
Mm-hmm. Oh, because I know we could maybe ask Mr. Clash and like, because I know he has creative writing this quarter,
Yeah.
so maybe we could do something like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you have him at all?
No, I wanted to. I was gonna do creative writing, but then I couldn't because of like a scheduling thing. But I know he has that. So
Okay. Yeah, so then I'll email Clash, Lux, and Hawthorne. And then I will poll all of my graphic design kids and let them know about it too. Yeah, but that is a good question. Okay, so I'm going to move on to my last point here, which is Canva. I don't know how many of you have used Canva. If you use it at all? No? Well, it's something that we might have to play with if I'm not able to provide design software for everyone. Canva is a online, and I'll show you what it looks like. It is an online graphic design tool for people who don't know how to do graphic design, which is awesome. But on the other hand, the whole point of taking this class is so that you can design things. So it's going to be a little bit difficult to be able to create the magazine if we don't have some kind of program that allows us to put a layout together. So my idea is to use Canva to create documents, PDFs of pages, and then everyone export them as PDFs. You upload them to a shared Google Drive folder that I have, and I will put it together for us so that we can publish it online. That should work. The only issue is that, say you want to make a design, you might not be able to. You might have to just go in here and say, you're like, oh, I really like how this looks, or let's do this. I really like the layout of this. I'm going to use this. And once I'm in Canva, you can't really design something per se, like a drawing or whatever, but you can.
Mommy,
Yeah.
come here.
I can't, honey, I'm working.
Mom,
I'll be out in a minute, okay?
I want to say something.
I'm sorry, honey.
Please.
I'm teaching the big kids right now.
Please.
I'm sorry, honey.
Please.
Do you want to say hi to the big kids?
Mhm.
Okay. Here.
Hi.
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 we're almost done. I'm gonna let them go soon. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Um, so I didn't go to school today because the air quality was so bad, and they said that the smoke was in the school. So I stayed home today, and normally he goes to daycare, but today we're home together. But for the other classes, you'll see me in the classroom. Just today, I'll have a teacher's assistant. Okay, so let me share my screen again with you. Okay, so if you've used Canva before, you kind of get the idea of this. You can manipulate things, you can change the photos, you can change the text. The only part about this that kind of sucks is all of the design elements are already created, which might be nice, but we don't get as much creative control as we did when we were in InDesign. So that is something that you might want to play with and think about. And then I'll figure out the way that I want you to export these and what size and colors we're going to need to use for the magazine itself. Okay, let's not make any rhinoceros noises, okay? So do you have any questions about Canva? I'm gonna let us play around with it. So what I would recommend doing, hey, can we not do that, please? He's just like his father. He'll come in and he'll like be like, hey, what are you doing? But to me and my nose, and I'm like, I'm working. And he's like, why? And he keeps messing with me, and he's just the same way. Okay, thank you, honey. Where's Daddy? Is he playing a game? No? Is he watching a movie? Okay, well, Mama's not done working, okay? Can you go back? Okay, thank you. Say bye-bye. That's not bye-bye. That's like a Chewbacca. Okay, say bye. So, hey, honey, please stop. Okay, let's go out. Go out with Daddy. Go out with Daddy. Don't have children. What's so funny is that I'm a teacher and I'm saying that. So what I want you to do, okay, just one sec. Come on. Let's go. Let's go. All right. So what I want us to do is actually just play around with Canva. When we come back, because I know you're probably all zoomed out already, doing this for 3 or 4 hours a day is very tiring. I think when we come back, I want us to start choosing colors that we might want to use for the theme for Dan Mag. Maybe we could come back with ideas for what we would want to put in the magazine, considering that we are all doing this remotely. But we all have some sort of, I don't know, tools that we can use. I know, Diane, you draw. If we get an iPad to you, you'd be able to draw and create stuff that we can put in the magazine. And Jacob, I've seen your drawings before too. So we all have different talents. Kai, I know that you do a lot of photography and we can scan those in if we need to. Olivia DeYoung, have you been doing any photography over the summer? You're muted. Huh?
I can. I haven't done anything over the summer though.
Okay. Your portfolio last year was for AP Art, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, maybe we could scan in some of those too. Like do some kind of a, like if you all do, I don't know, drawing or some kind of 2-dimensional art, we could do a day where we do a contactless drop off where you just drop off anything that you want me to scan in and I can scan it in for us, and then we can do, some kind of a pickup. So Kai, if you have photos that you've created that you haven't scanned in, I don't know if you're able to scan in photos or not, because I don't know if that's a printer behind you or.
It's just a regular printer.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because sometimes people's printers actually have, like my printer right here has a scanner, which is why I was looking at it. But there are ways for us to make this happen. We just have to be a little bit creative about how we do it. So I know that with last year, we left a lot of things on pause. Many of the pages that you created last year, I would like to include in the digital version this year. So let me put this in our notes for today. I'm going to go back to Canvas for our course, for publications, and I'm actually going to update what we have on our calendar today with some notes. So for publications, I am going to put a little to do and add this for our meeting tomorrow. So under the agenda, I'm gonna add look at Canva and create an account, just because I want everyone to play with it. Ideally, like just make a page, do something like that where you design it, and there are tons of tutorials for Canva, but it's super user-friendly. I'll go through Canva with you guys just so you can kind of see how I would set it up. And then the other thing is go into your Google Drive and find the work you left off last year. Just because that can give us kind of like a spur to take a look at what we were working on, and maybe with any new content that we create this year, we can mimic some of the colors and fonts on Canva from what we created last year. What I'm probably going to have to do is download all of your InDesign files from Google Drive and convert them into PDFs if we didn't already. I can't remember if I had you guys save them as a PDF or not. But then I can start to compile our magazine, and yeah, so do that, and then maybe think about what kind of topics, what kind of things would you want to put in the magazine this year?
Oh, question.
Yeah.
So on the website, I know we have like digital versions of all of our previous magazines. I was wondering, is it I don't know, is it like all caught up until like our spring issue from last year that we could not read?
No, I need to put that up there.
Okay. Because I was gonna go through them and just make sure that I have like I was gonna, I don't know, I'm trying to figure out I'm trying to remember like what I put in there and what I
Yeah.
didn't. They're just I'm just writing things all over my drive. So
No, I didn't put it up there. I think I had a login issue with it, and then with everything happening, it just didn't get put up there. But that will be on my list to have done before tomorrow.
all right.
I'll just go into our Damn Mag account.
Mhm.
Yeah. This is going to be, it's going to be a little bit of a challenge because we're not all together, but I think we'll be able to make it work. I think Canva might be our best bet for creating designs, unless you have InDesign on a computer at home, which I can't really ask you to do that. I can't ask you to like pay for it. So I'm going to try and find some other solutions. If you find any other software or any other resource online that allows you to do design work, I'm totally fine with you using it. The only thing that we need to do is maintain the consistency of the image size or the page size, which is 8.5 by 11 inches. So as long as we all have the same page size, then we can put this together digitally. Okay. All right. Any questions? Okay, so go ahead. You can hop off here. Just look at the agenda. Peter and Josh, you can go to Canvas and look at the agenda for graphic design 2 and just fill that out, get those done. And then don't forget to take the survey, which should also be on there. It just asks like, what do you have at home? What do you need from me, if anything? And then how are you doing? Because I know when you're in a group like this, sometimes you don't want to say personal things. And so the survey is a good way to say, hey, Miss Yost, I have to take care of my siblings, so I might not be on, or, you know, stuff like that, to let me know. That way I can accommodate and help you. Okay. All right, well, I'll let you off here early so you can go and do that and rest your eyeballs, because I'm sure they're tired of looking at the dang screen. But I'm super happy to see you, even though we're not in person. It just makes my heart hurt a little bit that I can't see you face to face. Okay, well, go ahead, hop off here, and you can email me with any questions.
Awesome. Thank you.
You're
Thank you.
welcome. Bye, you guys.
Bye-bye.